The choke is not just pulling and you start pulling back, or the elbow basically wrong because you're going to bump into the floor. The shoulder may be right if you don't have space. I'm not even doing it. The shoulder may have space, but the whole thing is here, right here. And think about a fishing rod right there. Got it? Just going to push with the hand on the floor. This is what's going to happen. If you have it, number one, close your elbow in. And if you can, this happens on the hood. We're got it here.
Man, this is a nice place. Indoor soccer facility.
Wow.
Wow, really nice. Look at that. Is that not amazing? Wow. Unbelievable.
Eddie! Oh, man! Oh, how are you, Joe? How are you? How are you? You got a blue tongue. Look at this. You got it. How's it going? Nice to meet you, Laura. Nice to meet you. Good to see you. Thank you. Look at you.
From your
Look at bodybuilder. Yeah, right. Remember this guy?
I do. He's got he got
And you know Morgan? Get some Morgan, guys. She shake hands, she look in the eye. Talk to Coach Eddie. Look at it. Pleased to meet you. What do you do? Shake your hands, everybody, right?
Hi, sweetheart.
Right there.
Hi.
You look in the eye. Look at her.
I love
You're
that.
this guy
Beautiful.
too. Xavier. You know Chief Ryan? Shake hands and look in the eye.
sir. Actually, I was telling them the story that one of my fondest moments with you was whenever we were in your office and to actually be able to see the ABCC trophies and then see, Tyrone Woodley's belt over, and then for you to tell me, yeah, Marcelo Garcia was sitting there about 2 days ago, and I said, because I faced my jiu-jitsu after Marcelo, and that was just, he was my biggest inspiration. Watching him, I said, that's the way I want to be.
And Eddie, he's such a great individual.
Oh, he is. I met him.
He's even better. He's a great martial arts, but
He's a great human being.
He's amazing. He's
Always
not,
a smile
all
on
what
his
he is who he is.
Yes.
What you see there on a TV, that's Marcelo.
Just see what you see is what you're doing.
Yeah, for him,
great,
yeah, 100%.
We went to go train at his facility, and the same person that I seen in all those videos was the same person that Brian and I met and got to spend some time.
So he's in Hawaii now.
After class,
Yeah.
Maybe or not.
We were kind of rogue. Yeah.
So you?
Yes.
It is.
Think about, to me, black started to blue.
Yes.
So we thought it helped us fight. We did. But we actually got just excommunicated from JK. Because he's that one thing. That's how when you know the black
He's so awesome. He's on the roll. He's so awesome. Let's go help with you.
That's why
Where's your shoe?
got away from any kind of organization.
You gotta help me
When you
sense it. The mix is well something. You think you can do that?
But you know, they get so tied into the rituals and the liturgy and stuff.
I happen to be sitting with somebody pretty cool.
You're talking about Eddie.
Yeah, that's what Joe. Hey, actually, there's three cool people here.
I'm just sitting in the chair.
No, that was my line. I was gonna say, hey, I'm just with them, But we have Professor Ricardo Liborio, and of course, his legend precedes him.
For a second.
Yeah, come on.
You gotta come in.
Come on through, man. We're good.
Come out of the closet.
He's
Come
gonna
out of
edit
the
it all
closet.
anyway.
He's gonna
Yeah, he's gonna edit
He's
it
gonna
anyway.
test right now.
was asking.
Come out of the closet.
Hey, this is Murphy right here. The guy that he should be sitting down here too. He also
He's
has
an owner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he's a beefy dude too, man. He works out. Okay, so Professor Liborio is, of course, world renowned. If you guys haven't heard of him, then you need to click off this video right now and go look at some other videos to get all the stuff, and then come back and you can appreciate what we're doing. So you're, and of course you're never going to talk about this yourself, but you are considered one of probably in the top 10 best influential jiu-jitsuists in the world. What do you say to that?
Joe, I don't know about that. I can say one thing, that's for sure. I have a renewable passion for this. I'm one of those guys that I'm so lucky into it. Before, people don't know this, but I went to school for business in Brazil.
After
that I went to
Stuff I heard.
I work in a bank for I don't even know how many years in a bank there. So when I got out of the bank, I kind of knew it that I did not want to do that. And jiu-jitsu came in. Jiu-jitsu came very easy to me. It was something that I was, very good at, and the fact that it was very good, I was very happy where I was. All my friends was there. I was raised inside this place that was, those guys knows about it. It was a Carlson Gracie old school with all the Carlson Gracie team, with all the best guys in the world. At the time in the era, Carlson was absolutely the best team. He was the best team from gi, no gi, vale tudos, MMA. He was the best of the best about it. He was one of the first ones to transition for jiu-jitsu to really high level fighting. And I was part of all this, when I was younger. I was 16 years old, teenager.
Question, you just answered the question I had.
Yeah, 16 years old when it was started. But I was always in love with this. So it was easier. Like for me here right now, it's easier to see because it's not difficult for me to be here and enjoying this with the kids.
But the transition, because you've also, golly, the world class fighters that you have trained that owe everything that they have to you, going from that, that level,
I don't even know about that, Joe.
Level.
Joe, what I know is this. I myself went to high performance, and after that I started training people for fighting itself. But I knew it in a certain way what it would take to go into a certain level. Things change it a lot. There is an evolution on it.
Sure.
But I knew it from training myself that you need at least some hardcore trainers in it. You need a conditioning training. You need a technical training. You need a sparring training that is molded to a schedule, that you don't do anything stupid, that you don't hurt yourself. But you gotta acquire skills. You gotta train and drill the skills, and you put it there for real in the sparring. For all this, we knew it. There was a formula to be good, and an amount of time I knew what it was because I lived that. I competed a lot, and I did that. But my passion, I think, helped me a lot for the fact that I was feeling good being there, around the people. Nowadays, I live in a complete different set, in a different world.
That's what I was wondering, how it went from going to what you did to now. You got a room class full of just amazing, cute kids, and the way that you teach
Joe,
them, man,
it is so
awesome.
amazing that the character education that you can implement in martial arts is unique. There's very few sports can do this. You just sit them down to something that is so. It's talking about violence, right? You're talking about defend yourself from violence, mentally and physically. But there is a cue of a natural instinct of survival into it, and people know this. They probably never going to use that. We probably never use this. My kids here, 1% of chance that this kids actually use this to defend themselves. But this is in daily basis. It put you fear into it. Training is winning and losing 50% of the time. Big chance to win or lose, and you gotta have to deal with this. You gotta have to deal with losses. So there's so much character education into this, and the way we schedule things right now, the way we structure the class. There's a lot of delivering on how to speak with them to make them understand. I was talking to the previous class, right? It was exactly about this, because they train a little bit takedowns. Today is a takedown day,
And they were training a little bit of, hey, you're in this class, you better be mature enough to understand that you're going to lose some and you're going to win some. And you better
And that's
have the
part of
desire to
life, right?
win. That's part of
No,
life.
yeah,
You
it's
know, guys,
great.
we all know.
Yeah.
In a mature level, we know that we're going to lose our grandparents, we're going to lose our parents. And all this is part of life. You got to understand the cycle. And as hurtful it is, if you don't understand this, it's like a kid who doesn't like to lose and is a terrible sore loser. Hey, wake up, because you will lose. You will lose. There will be people that are not going to like you. And if you're a leader, you're going to have to say no. And if you're a leader, a lot of what people think of you can be harder and is stronger than what you think about yourself. All those things, but how you deliver this in class, that's the goal. And I see the difference with the kids, man. It's just amazing to see them flourish with that.
I saw it in 5 minutes. You were teaching a kid, and to me, this is the beginning, the end, the middle, everything about all of our martial arts. It should all be reflected in a bow.
Yep.
The bow. And I can tell somebody's level of experience by how they bow. In fact, I predicted all kinds of fights one time just by, I didn't know anything about the fighters, and I just watched them bow. And I always picked the person that
Knew it a little
bowed. You could tell that they felt that was part of their art, that they were bowing. And 98% of the time, they won each match. You know, because that's, you know, you're.
But Joe, but you know, some of the kids,
It's-
their parents got so. Because some of the kids here is the first time that the parents are seeing the kids bowing and showing respect. You know, showing honest and true life respect to something.
Yes.
You know, they bow to master respect. The founding fathers, they bow the instructors, they bow to the teammates, but they bow to the place. They bow to. Bow is a sign of respect. There's nothing to do with religion.
No,
Nothing
no.
to do. It's like a salute in the military.
Right.
It's just like when it's about bowing and the musician bowed down. It is just tradition, but it's a tradition that symbolizes respect. So for some of these kids, Eddie, is the first time that they're really, especially the younger kids, and
You see it.
and you see it, and you tell me, do you understand what I'm saying? May I hear yes, sir? No, sir? And they're bowing and say, yes, sir. For the parents, this is the first time that they hear something like this. Because being a parent doesn't come with a manual, guys. You all know this. You know, and we learn this because we're more into the pedagogy of things, of teaching the things. And when we do this, you see these kids progressing, you know, progressing and being more respectful, progressing and being more acceptable to, you know, what a society, community does to it. And being courageous to being themselves. And I see miracles here. Miracles. Miracles. And this is so much more to me, honestly, than I was Joe. I trained some of the best in the world. I've been around some of the best in the world. I trained with and I trained some of the best in the world. I can say that. Man, nothing is so deeper than this.
Man.
I'm telling you,
I
nothing.
feel that. I didn't
Nothing,
feel that.
Joe, nothing. There's a life changing for so many kids.
You know, I'm thinking, how does he have the energy? Because I was watching you know, and it's like everything you're doing, you're
Because
full of
I
this
love
vivacious
it,
energy.
Joe. I love it.
Yeah.
I honestly, I have more energy to come to those classes for the kids, sometimes with the adults. I have more energy. I do have more energy.
You get their life energy, kind of.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
they get yours, and it's the positive. You know, and talking to tons of people that when anybody I talk to about jiu-jitsu, and we were talking about this earlier. Pretty much the first word that comes out of somebody's mouth is humble, and that wasn't always a word that I related to jiu-jitsu practitioners. But I understand, you know, because really to me, jiu-jitsu slapped me in the face the first octagon. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
What is happening here, you know, and realize, okay, man, this is real. What they're doing, this is real, and
But
you
it
know,
can't look. This is a very good point, Joe. Look at this. Jiu-Jitsu is so attached to the MMAs and the Vale Tudos because of the creation, Jorge and Gracie. Let me just go even beyond. There may be
Please.
something that you don't know about this, right? This
Yeah.
is important. In 1991, there was a clash in between Luta Livre and Jiu-Jitsu in Brazil, in Rio. It was the two. Luta Livre as a sport was growing too much, and Jiu-Jitsu is getting was a different demographics because the Luta Livre was practiced a lot in the favelas, and Jiu-Jitsu is a more upscale, you know, aristocrat of art
Oh.
And the jiu-jitsu guys. The guys who had money started to do jiu-jitsu, and the poor kids were doing no-gi, which is more the luta libre. Now, luta libre started growing a lot in jiu-jitsu guys. There was a beef that they decided to do an event. There was the first Vale Tudo in 1991.
Did not know that.
Whereas the jiu-jitsu guys beat all the luta libre guys. And the luta libre guys are huge. You know, it's a much bigger size.